flag back into their advantage. It's going to be a quick burn. These games generally go pretty quickly unless the teams are really even, and then you see a team just constantly flip-flopping the points back and forth. That's what we'd like to see, but generally speaking, these matches go quick because they'll have a 2-flag burn for a while. We are going to be going live. This is the Champions Combat Series. No, I always follow blue. Champions Combat Series Season 3 playoffs of the Tier 2 teams, Experimental Thunder, facing off against Aces Esports. And, yeah, here we go, guys. Hold on to your butts, because nothing's happened yet. They got to get in position. I don't even know what I'm thinking right now. We are going to be seeing Ace get onto that Bravo flag right away. Looks like the ET boys are going to instead try to do a really quick, hard push over onto Charlie. They're not too concerned with winning this Bravo flag right off the bat. Wonton Explosion trying to get in position to get some butt shots on that tank. Let's see if he's going to go for it. He's just going to go for a side shot instead. Let's see how these guys, the Ace boys, are going to be doing on this flag facing off against the tank here. See if they're going to be able to hold it off with that tanker on point. You see Lazaro takes out one on the stairwell, wasn't able to take out the other. They are going to be holding that position pretty strong as ET's tank does go down. We do see Ace's tank having to fall back pretty heavily here. Ace is in control of the map right now. They've got their 2-flag burn. They're holding on to Bravo, but Bravo is swinging on over to ET now. Let's see if Lazaro is going to be able to... Nope, not going to be able to clear up there as the tank for Ace is going to start coming back to Bravo. This is going to be a really bad position for ET. They're going to probably want to get out of here as quickly as they can and just go for a rotation over onto the Charlie flag. They're still committing pretty heavily to this flag, though. They've got a good amount of infantry here. Let's switch on over to some infantry action. There's going to be lots of infantry action on this map. Skittles gets taken down, and that is the last of, well, not the last. There's still Ziamaza here. If he gets taken, he does get a small shot off on Lucas, though. He will be getting taken down, though, and that's going to be the end of ET over on that Bravo flag. We see Ace's tank just going to be kind of chilling over by Bravo, watching for that tank spawn probably, and then instead ET is going to go and push the Charlie flag. Only Leafia here is alive. He did take down one, but he gets taken down himself right afterwards. We've got Mavzera, only one alive for Ace on this point. Not on the point, but near the point. He's just going to have to start. He's going to have to go to sleep here probably and try to get a rotate back onto this. We do see Ace going to start moving towards that alpha point. We have ET trying to bring their players back to this in time to be able to... defend this point, but it's not going to happen. Ace is going to easily be able to take this alpha flag, and now we just kind of are in a holding pattern watching for ET's next move. They're going to try to put some pressure over on this tank. I'm not too sure how well that's going to work out. Rampage hasn't spotted them out in that tank yet, or that tank, in that tank. That's a tank, right? In that bus. Switch on over to some more infantry here as they're trying to surround this tank, trying to get in position to possibly take it out. Ziamaza's back up in the tank. He's going to try to engage with this tank, maybe, or is he just going to go straight for the Bravo flag and get dug in there? That looks to be his play. We've got lots of ET boys here as they're going to try to put pressure on this tank as it's fleeing. They do take it down. That's going to give ET a pretty commanding presence here. We've got GH-15 with a C4 quad. Let's see if he's going to be able to make this connect. Ziamaza does have him spotted on the mini-map, but he doesn't see... Oh, I think he finally... Yep, okay, they do see him coming now. They did call it out. Good, I was a little worried there. If that got taken down, that would have been a really bad position. ET losing their only Bravo point, but they don't... Ace doesn't have any players... Oh, there we go. They got a player over on the Bravo flag. ET should be able to take this Bravo flag, maybe? Well, let's go ahead and switch on over to some Ace guys, see if they're going to be able to hold on to it. We've got the Free Boy, and GH-15 looking to clear these guys out, throwing out lots of Pokeballs. If we look at the tickets here, we've got Aces in the lead by a 70 ticket lead. Feeling pretty good about that right now as they're just clearing these guys on out. We've got takes down Wonton Explosion. Nicely done. And that's going to be Ace holding on to their 2 flag burn still. ET is trying to hold on to this alpha flag. Bacon in position here. He's got guys coming up behind him. He gets blown up by the explosives there, and that's ET cleared off of alpha. Ziant Maza alive in the tank once again. He's going to go put pressure on this Bravo flag, as we do have some guys fighting in between the flags. There's one thing I've learned from World of Warcraft. It's not to fight in between the flags. You got to fight on that flag. World of Warcraft reference. Ooh. I'm sorry, I love WoW. Anyways, back onto this game. We see ET putting a good amount of pressure over on this Bravo flag. Strangely enough, ET's held on to Charlie flag and just kind of given up Alpha entirely. ET's just going to make that Bravo push their entire play. They're going to be able to take it. Are they going to be able to hold it, though? Only Featon over here on this Charlie flag now. This could be ET dedicating a bit too much over to Bravo. Maybe it's just the right amount. We'll have to find out. GH15 in position to get some nice frags of ET. Maybe trying to rotate over to the tank. He's got a nice head glitch spot. Gets taken down himself, though. Nicely done. Switching on over. More infantry action happening on Charlie as ET is struggling to hold on to this Charlie point that they've basically held on to since getting onto it. It's really well done. Bacon going around the corner, wasn't able to get a single frag, gets taken down. We've got Wolverine over here. He isn't on the burn anymore. He's probably looking maybe just to sleep. Probably really would rather have seen Wolverine not take that shot, or at least if he was silenced. They're looking for him now. They're going to want to clear him out. He is ET's spawn point. These guys get taken out, they're going to be in a really bad position, but it looks like they're going to be able to hold on to it and get back onto this flag burn. And the tank for ET got taken. No, never mind. It's just back there. ET also going to go put pressure on this alpha flag. They still got guys poking at Charlie. Really feel like ET's spread out thin right now, but it's kind of working out for them because Ace is just not responding correctly. They don't. No, may have spoken too soon. Only element of progress left here. Would rather have seen him go to sleep rather than trying to stay active on that point. That way they could have a potential rotation. Freeboy looking around. He looks to be in position to clear these guys on out. He does get taken down by Lazaro afterwards. Really well done. Nice frags going over. The ET guys are staying alive pretty well here. Oh my goodness. That reload was really unfortunate. Lazaro, though, from behind, wasn't able to take any of them out, and that's going to be ET getting cleared off of Charlie. But looks like the tank of ET ended up going over to Alpha. That left Bravo pretty well open. It's Chris, 44. And he gets taken down. Wolverine, last one alive. Now Element was able to get a spawn off, and that's going to be ET losing this Bravo point. Really have to question the idea of bringing the tank all the way over there. Tank should be probably used just for tank-on-tank action, I'm thinking mostly, is where you want to make the play from, unless you know that your infantry is making a play somewhere else. But I feel like they brought that tank back so that they could win Alpha. They won Alpha, but now they've lost Charlie and Bravo. We have Skittles over here by herself, gets taken down by she got Freeboy, but gets taken down right afterwards. Leafia holding on to this defend point, doesn't get the kill, got a nice assist though. And we see ET's tank once again pushing up, being really aggressive here. Ziant Maza trying to clear these guys on out. They really want to win back this Charlie point. Are they going to be able to do it? With a tank on point, they probably will. But are they going to be able to hold Alpha is the real question. The tank does get taken down, I believe. I think that was the final explosion for it. It did get taken down, but ET does have their 2 flags, and now they're going to lose their 2 flags. We do have It's Chris trying to get some C4 action going. I Don't think that's going to work. I'm pretty sure he's already been spotted out. He has been spotted out. And there's a C4 chasing a C4 quad. That's an interesting situation if I ever saw one. The C4 quad does get taken down. Not going to happen. Now we've got ET trying to hold on to this alpha flag. They're down 100 tickets right now. They've really got to make something work soon, though. Switch on over to Denizeria. That's a name. ET, I don't know. They've got 4 players sitting over on Charlie. 3 of them right now. We've got Wolverine moving over to Bravo. Probably would have been better just to do a redeploy. Maybe, I don't know. I guess saving tickets. You know, they are down and out. 120 tickets down right now. Ace is looking to be in a really good position to win this map. And just a note, someone did ask in the chat, the live match is the stat recording for CCS? Yes, that is. That is something that is original and unique to CCS. We do record the stats of our competitive matches because they're not saved on Battlelog normally. I mean, they might even be saved on Battlelog normally, but, you know, private matches aren't saved there, and then how are you going to differentiate between your stats happening in public matches and happening in private matches? You just wouldn't be able to happen. So, something pretty awesome and unique for CCS is we developed our own stat tracking tool. It had its ups and downs, but we've got the bugs worked out for it now, and it's pretty freaking awesome. We're able to keep track of quite a number of stats for our players, and hopefully at the end of the season we're going to be able to look at those stats. And, well, I mean, we could look at those stats right now and say, hey, well, these players are doing excellent here, and this player's doing this and that, and have some good things to talk about. Ziemp Maza doesn't realize GH15 came up, put some slams on him. He's going to get taken down right now. Oh my goodness. Well done by GH15. That means they're going to be able to hold on to that alpha flag pretty easily. That's a big deal for ET to have had that happen to them. Really unfortunate, as ET's looking around trying to clear these guys on out. Ace is just more than willing to hold on to their 140 ticket lead right now, which is quite a large ticket lead. I don't see any way of ET getting back into this game at this point. They need to have one of the things I always harp on teams about. One thing that really separates a tier 1 team from a tier 2 team is having sleepers for those rotations. And on this game we just didn't see any sleepers out of either team. I mean, Aces didn't really need the sleeper because they obviously had that 2 flag advantage the entire time. Still would have liked to have seen it out of them. But ET definitely could have been doing a lot better this first round if they had sleepers in position for rotations. Instead, a lot of their guys, when they would get on those flags, they'd be the last ones alive. They'd end up trying to get a couple of kills here and there, and it really cost them. They gave away their position, and they end up getting taken out. I mean, we look at these frags here. We've got what? We've got 5 players over 10 frags, and they've got 4 players over 10 frags. So overall, ET was fragging better, but it didn't quite matter because Ace just had the better positioning the entire time. Really well done to Ace. 160 tickets going into the second round of this map. It's going to be an uphill battle for them, but it's not impossible to come back from. It's something I always want to stress. We'll see how they do. Round tickets, 160. Boom, boom, boom. Save. This is a much easier way of doing this for... let's see. Team 1, round 1 tickets. Oh, crap. But I got it wrong. I needed to reverse it. Okay, that's fine. For now it'll work. Team 2, round 1 tickets needs to go there. 160. I needed to reverse it, and I didn't reverse it. I'm silly. I'm silly. That's fine. That's fine for now. It'll work. That's the wrong number. Oh, wrong number. Team 1, round 1 tickets. There we go. 160 tickets going over to Aces Esports. Really well done to them. Like I was saying, the one thing we really want to see ET and Aces do is have those sleepers. Sleepers are just so important, man. I can't stress it enough, guys. I cannot stress this enough. You have your sleepers in position for rotations. Those rotations just go much smoother. You're not trying to run guys halfway across the map, end up having to engage, get into firefights that are off the flags, and then you end up getting taken down. So hopefully in the future, these guys will keep their when they're the last player alive. They just got to know, okay, I gotta stay alive, or I just got to go to sleep and wait until we get a rotation on me. They are not live right now. Aces dropped the player, so no worries there, guys. But that's honestly what we need to see out of both teams here. Aces Esports, they had their tank was up more often. I don't really want to say one tanker was better than another, but I think overall Aces tanker was probably better with his positioning and his map awareness in general, I would say. That allowed him not to get taken out nearly as often as Ziant Mazza got taken down a couple of times there when he shouldn't have gotten taken down. So yeah, going into the second half of this map, really want to see sleepers. Probably won't see it, but at the very least, I would like to see when players are the last ones alive on the map, them to play a little bit smarter about their picks. Maybe make sure you have a secondary that's silenced. At least that way, if you're the last one alive on a point, you can go secondary and just be silenced and get a couple kills that way. If you really have to go for the kills, I would honestly say if you're the last one alive on a point, you shouldn't go for kills at all. You should sit with your secondary out. You get spotted, you take that guy down, and you reposition yourself and wait for spawns to happen on you. That's a pretty general strategy there for sleepers, or just teams in general. It's a good idea to have your players do something along those lines. ET's really has their work cut out for them. 160 tickets is a pretty big ticket lead. Not impossible to come back from, but it's a big ticket lead nonetheless. So let's see if they're going to be able to do it going into the second half of this map. We got all our players in. That's much better. Gotta make sure I got the overlay right. They're on the wrong side. They gotta switch sides. Right? Or is my overlay wrong? Because ET was blue last time. There they go. They already knew it. They knew what they were doing. I'm just there as the final check to make sure things go right. Just want to go ahead and say thanks for showing up tonight, guys. I know we haven't been able to cast a whole lot of matches lately. It's been a week since I've gotten to cast any matches. But, things are starting to slow down for Battlefield 4. Everyone's getting really hyped and getting ready for that Battlefield 1. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Competitive there it's going to be different. We're going to have to figure out how to make it work. But one thing I can guarantee you is that we'll figure out how to make it work. It's going to be fun nonetheless. Either way, we're going to have lots of people streaming it. Good times are going to be had. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. But for now, we've still got some more life left out of Battlefield 4. Let's squeeze as much life out of it as we can because this game was fantastic. I honestly wish it had a larger competitive scene. But, maybe Battlefield 5, Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. When we come back to, Anyways, here we go. In the live, second round. Or the second half of the first map. Really just gotta see sleepers out of both teams. That's what we want to see. If ET has any chance of getting back into this, that's gonna be their play. As these guys have a pretty even amount of players over here. It looks to be Aces winning out. I'm not too sure. 2-on-2 still alive on this flag. I wish that thing was a little I wish that was a little bit easier to be able to tell the call-outs on stuff like that, but you know, whatever. That's going to be a bit of a turnaround this time as ET is able to take the 2 flags right at the start. Let's see if they're going to be able to hold on to this Bravo flag. These guys, the tankers, are tanking against each other as they're both in this for the long haul. One of them is going to go down. One of them will be the winner, and that will probably allow one team to take the Bravo flag. If ET is able to win this fight, then that's going to be a pretty big comeback for them here. These guys looking, they do take it down. Nicely done by ET. The tanker goes really hyper aggressive on that point, and they end up winning it. That's what we like to see, a change of gameplay out of them. And ET is holding onto their Charlie point. They've lost Bravo to a lot of infantry. Looks like ET is opting to move their tanker away from Bravo. Really surprised by that. I feel like they probably would have been better off just bringing that tank right back into Bravo, clear those players on out, and then move that tank somewhere else. But they seem to be really confident in their infantry gameplay, as I'm not too sure if that was confidence well placed, as ET only has 1 member left alive over on Bravo. Looks like instead Maza is going to move his tank over to the Alpha point. They're going to try to win Alpha off instead. See how that works out for them. Mavzera really pressured here. Gets taken down by the tank of Maza. We've got Lucas over here in position to get a couple of nice frags. He is getting lit up. He does get taken down. This is going to be ET taking 2 flags, Alpha and Charlie. They're really putting the pedal to the metal here this time, looking much better off. They went hyper aggressive with that tank, and it really paid off for them. They've got 2 flags. They're up 10 tickets. Let's see if they can make these tickets work for them. This is what we like to see out of these teams here. We do have a C4 quad coming out of Aces here. I'm not too sure if that's going to work out, but if there's one thing we saw that first half of the map is that Maza was a little... Oh man, Wolverine, what is going on with you there, brother? He is not able to land any of those shots. But, like I was saying, we did see Maza be not paying enough attention. He did get taken out a couple of times pretty easily. ET has lost control of Alpha as the tank of Maza went all the way back to Charlie. Like, I'm just not too sure what that play was about. Why put the tank back onto Charlie when they knew the tank would be coming back up and putting pressure over on Alpha? They could have stayed alive, stayed in position for that. It's Chris, last one, well, not last one alive, one of the last alive for ET here, as he is getting pressured quite a bit. He ends up trying to go 1v2, gets taken down right afterwards. The tank of Maza once again looking around, trying to get these frags for these guys. Looks like they're going to have to go hard in the paint once again for a tank-on-tank battle. But Maza in a really poor position this time, as he is getting pressured by lots of anti-armor. Maza does go down. Really have to be questioning what Maza was thinking there. Really disappointed in that play. Why bring the tank all the way back to Charlie? He knew that that tank was going to be coming and hitting Alpha right away. I guess they really wanted to make sure they cleared Charlie off, but that seems more of a job for infantry. Frost Black here. I hope he just stays alive and stays in position for a possible rotation. That looks to be his play, but it doesn't really matter as Ace is making a play over onto this Charlie flag. Really heavy infantry, and they have the tank backing them up. They've got Element of Progress, and gotta love that spectator bugs. Lazaro here and Bacon, and they've got a nice squad bomb, but they're still trying to play off of Charlie. Might have been better to do a squad bomb off of Wolverine, hit that Alpha flag, take the pressure off, and then come back to Charlie. But instead, we've still got Frost Black staying alive here as he reloads his gun getting shots. That's interesting. Gotta love the spectator, man. Lazaro gets taken down. We've still got ET alive over on this Charlie point. I think it was a bit too premature to get back on that flag burn. Now that tank is going to come back right away, and there we go. We see him turning around. He's going to come right back to that flag. Maybe that was the play that they wanted, though. They pull that tank back, and now ET has a nice big squad bomb over on Alpha flag. They should be able to take that Alpha flag, as Featon over here is just keeping this tank, keeping their attention over here. Switch on over to Ace GH15. Gets taken down. He was trying to go over to that Bravo flag. ET struggling to hold on to their 2 flags right now. They've got less than 20 tickets left to work with. Well, they've got 24 tickets to work with if they want to have a chance at still winning this map. Wolverine, last one alive here. This is just not looking good for ET. I believe that their chance at winning this map has come and gone. I'm just not too sure they have enough tickets left to work with for them to be able to win the map. It's not impossible. This is one thing I'm always stressing to you guys. You know, it's not impossible for these teams to come back, but it's just really unlikely. Element of Progress going off there, and those guys took them out nicely. ET does have 2 flags here. Let's see if they're going to be able to hold on to it long enough to be able to make something happen. If we look at the overhead map here, we do have some Ace moving over to Bravo, and ET has nobody left there. Their tank is moving over, getting ready to engage with the enemy tank. They didn't leave a single infantry player over here. They're going to really get cost. That's going to cost them quite a bit. As we've got Mavzera coming up with a C4. I'm pretty sure this is going to connect. There it is, and it connects once again. This is exactly what I was talking about before. Ziant Maza just doesn't quite have the map awareness right now that he should. He's just getting snuck up on quite often. Not too sure what's going on with him there. We're really disappointed to see that. Switch on over to some more infantry here. Is that we still have ET trying to take back this Charlie flag, but with a tank there, like, it's just not going to happen. We've got Featon. He's got a C4 tank, a C4 quad going up, but I'm not too sure how well that's going to work out. Switch on over to some more infantry here as they try to defend this point. Not too sure what is up with the buggy. I mean, this is the buggiest I've seen the camera be in such a long time. He does get taken down. It's going to be ET taking back this Charlie point, or Bravo point, my bad. We've got Deh. He's staying alive. It'd be really smart to probably just go on the roof and just stay alive, be in position for a squad bomb. And we do get 1 spawn off of him, and that's going to bring all 4 of ET players back onto the Bravo flag. ET struggling to hold on to their Alpha flag. They're going to have to... well, look at this. 2 players bring 4 players in. 2 players bring 4 players in once again. This is really interesting play coming out of Ace. I mean, they're just kind of poking at ET all over the place, and ET is being forced to over-respond. I mean, it's working for ET right now, but this is really where issues start to happen when you bring too many players in just to clear out a couple. Would really like to see... Oh, by the way, the tickets have dropped below the first round. That's going to be this map point winning, going over to Ace, but... As I've mentioned in the past, and the way the system works is that there are 3 points to be won when you're playing a match against another team. You have a map point, which is won by winning a map's overall tickets. There's 2 points there because they play 2 maps. And then there's the ticket point, which you can win by winning the overall ticket difference. So let's say, you know, ET loses this first map, which they have lost this first map. They still have to play the second round out as much as they can because they want to go into the next map with as small of a ticket difference as they can so they can still have a chance of winning the overall ticket point. Hey man, I don't ever claim to be a good I'm not a great Battlefield player. I have fun playing Battlefield, but I'm not great at vehicles at all. I'm just here as an observer, and I criticize, you know, because I know how good these players should be, and when I see them making mistakes that I know that they don't normally make these mistakes on, I will call them out on it. But that being said, there's no way in hell I would make... I mean, I would definitely be making these same mistakes, if not more. I am just the spectator here. I'm allowed to call out these mistakes being made. And hopefully, when, you know, the players come back, they may watch the VOD later and they learn something from it and say, you know what, yeah, you know what, I was a little too focused on the things I was focusing on. Ziant Maza, I know he's pretty good tank player, and he's a pretty good player in general. He has pretty good map awareness, but I feel like on this round, or on this map especially, it feels like he's just really focused in on these things, and he's making these mistakes that I know that he's good enough not to. So yeah, I'm gonna call him on it. And I don't ever mean to be, you know, I'm not trying to be mean about these things. It's just the way it is. And I hope nobody ever gets their feelings hurt. I love everybody. They're all great players. They're all much better than me. Man, Frost Black here, staying alive, just going to town as he gets a, what was that, a triple kill overall? He got a nice double kill, and he at least picked up one other kill before that. Really well done. Really well done. And we see Ace here holding onto their 2 flags. Once again, I don't see, oh, there we go. Well, I mean, still, we don't see any ET players sleeping over here. There's nobody sleeping over here. There's just, they're not in position for these rotations that I know that they should be making. I don't gotta explain myself to you, but I do because I love you. Free boy here in position for any possible ET players coming out of there. He gets a nice little Mario jump on him and gets on by. Says, "What the fuck in chat?" That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. That was definitely very silly. That was a Skippy jump if I ever saw one. You guys know what Skippy's like. Fucking always jumping around. Can't hit him at all. And Ace takes him out. Executes them pretty nicely there. We've got Lazaro in position, staying alive. This is too little too late, though, for the ET boys. They're going to be going into the second map at least down 200 tickets, or down 250 tickets, I should say. Possibly more. ET dedicated a lot of their players to take that tank down. They did it. Not in position to rotate anywhere, though. And that's going to be 117 tickets plus the 160 from last round. 277 tickets. Whew. Team 1 map tickets. 277. Save. And then what we do is we go over to this, get rid of that, and we say that. No, wait, that. Yeah, 277 tickets. Man, I can't believe I messed up that. I gotta switch those around. Oh, we're gonna be switching servers. So, you guys get to look at me for a little bit while I switch servers. Oh, okay, there we go there. How you guys doing? Switching over to the Aces server. Yep. I think I have it saved. I don't have it saved. Hopefully they have us set up for spectator already without having to do anything. That'd be great, wouldn't it? $277 tickets, though. Just to give you an idea, 2 matches. There's 2 maps, or there's one match in one match. There's 2 maps played, and there's 600 tickets per map. So overall, there's 1,200 tickets on the line. 277 tickets is a lot, but it's not a crazy amount. We've seen teams win by a lot more than that. Dawnbreaker was the map chosen by Aces, though. So, I mean, Ace winning on ET's map was a little surprising, to say the least. So, going into the second map here, I mean, Ace is going to feel pretty good about it. They're going to be feeling pretty strong. So we'll see how they do. I hope this is the right server. I see people joining. Why does it seem like everyone's always texting me right when I'm, doing casting and stuff? It's like no one ever talks to me before. No, I just feel like all the messages come in right at that time. But yeah, just to kind of talk about it while we're waiting for these guys. The server doesn't look set up at all. The ticket count is wrong. They're on Conquest Large, so I mean they've got a bit of work before they're able to. I feel okay. I gotta close the window. I don't know if I can close the window without getting up. I'm trying. Ah, there we go. Anyways. What was I talking about? Anyways, no more brightness on me. A caster's job isn't to be able to do the things that I see going on. I definitely couldn't do most of the things that I cast and talk about. But what my job is to do is to know what the teams and the players are able to do. And I know Zian Maza. He practices quite a bit. He puts in a lot of effort. And I feel like just right now, maybe he's just not in the right mood. Maybe he's not in the right mindset. Maybe he didn't get enough practice in the day. But I feel like normally the dude is pretty observant about stuff. And tonight, it just seemed lacking. He seemed really lacking on his map awareness. Maybe there weren't enough callouts. Maybe he didn't have a gunner. I don't know everything. I'm not perfect, but I'm just calling it out and seeing the mistakes that I see happen. And I know the dude is able to do these things that he normally does. He does the things he does, and and that's why I'm able to. That's why I bring these things up. Like hands down, there's many better players than me in this game, and I just try to gauge their skill level and make observations as best I can. And you know what? Maybe I am overestimating him. Maybe he's not as good as what I'm saying he is. But either way, it's something he can look back on and be like, oh, you know what? Scotch is right. Oh no, I said my name, but my name was Scott. Anyways, I fully admit it down below. Maybe he'll look back on it later and be like, you know what? Scotch is right. I was just so focused on trying to get that kill. I wasn't being aware of my surroundings. Or maybe it's like, oh, you know what, Scotch, you're wrong. I was paying attention to my surroundings. It's just my gunner wasn't watching for me, or maybe that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know everything. I'm just calling it out. I feel like Zian Maza, they're not on the server. What server are they on? Are they playing on the server or not? I gotta start talking about things and I start not paying attention to what's going on. Are they back on ET server? Oh, shoot. Alright, let me just go switch right now. old. I may not be like teenager, but I'm not old. God. I got a Pokemon hat on. I can't be that old, right? Look at me, young old hip. Oh God. Okay, there we go. We're staying on the server we were originally on. So let's go ahead and switch that over. Why is that not working? There we go. Hey, look, I got it right on the first try. What am I talking about here, guys? Oh yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the map. So, this map is a lot more vehicle oriented. Obviously, the last map was pretty infantry oriented, and this map is, I would say it's 75% vehicle and 25% infantry, whereas the last one was 25% infantry or 25% vehicle and 75% infantry. So it's pretty much an opposite of the last map. It's a 5-flag map, so there's going to be a constant burn going on, if not a 4-flag burn that happens pretty occasionally too. We've talked about side advantage quite a bit on this map. Honestly, I'm not gonna cover it anymore because normally I would say, okay, the US side has the advantage because Echo is easier to play on, but I've seen countless times where teams will overutilize that Echo flag. They'll put so much effort into taking Echo that they end up losing everything else because they're so focused on taking Echo. I think a properly utilized Echo flag is a map side advantage for the US side, but at least I would say that like the last 4 times I've cast this map, and I'm talking about 4 different matches, so 2 sets of teams. Or 4, I'll say 2 sets of teams, so there was 4 teams in total, where I saw them all make the same mistake on the Echo flag, where they know Echo is a good point to play off of, so they put so much effort into taking it that they lose everything else, and it's really cost some teams some of these matches. It's just my opinion on it. I think when we see Echo utilized correctly, it's a good boon to the US team, but it's a hard balance to find for that. I think too many teams put too much focus onto it, and that's part of the problem. Maybe I've hyped it up too much, and that's why the problem started to exist. I'm always saying, oh yeah, Echo is such a great point to play on. There's so many places, there's so many levels to it. I mean, that these aren't wrong things to be talking about. There's so many levels to the Echo point, and so many places you can hide at. Oh my gosh, I get stuck on things. I hate the camera in this game, guys. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, it's such a large capture area for Echo. There's so many dimensions to it. It is a great point to play off of when you're on the US side. You get to keep that pressure up, but if you dedicate too much of your team to taking that, it can really cost you. We've seen that happen quite a bit. So it's all about striking that right balance of keeping the pressure over here versus overextending onto it. You don't want to overextend on it. We can talk about Alpha a bit too. Alpha is not a bad point either. It's got a huge area. There's good amount of, if you can get up on this roof, you can be pretty hidden from things. I mean, we can talk about the vehicles. There's an attack helicopter, there's a tank, and there's a mobile AA. There is no jet. This is not live right now, so the jet We used to have jet drops that happened, but that's not a thing anymore. Jet is banned now. But, so, I mean, you can get up on this roof and be pretty protected. It's a good spawn point. You don't capture the, wait, do you capture the flag from on this roof? You do capture it from up on the roof because you can back out of the no, you can't back out of the capture point. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys. I'm drawing a blank on that. I'm pretty sure you can capture the flag from up there. But anyways, we could talk about Delta. I mean, it's a hard point to capture for the US side because it's just there's so much exposure here from vehicles. It's just a really exposed point. Same thing with Bravo. Really exposed. There's just not a whole lot of places you can capture from that are sneaky. I would say Bravo's probably... I mean, this is the US side advantage once again coming into play because Bravo is really easily held by the attack helicopter. Attack helicopter will usually hover around here as it dukes it out with another attack helicopter. So from this position, it's able to watch Bravo pretty easily, and Alpha. I mean, that's a pretty big thing. Whereas Delta and Echo, you can get infantry down in here and stay hidden from the attack heli. They'll usually be hovering, you know, over here, or maybe it'll hover behind this building or this building when it's duking out with the other attack helicopter. So in general, I mean, the US side just has a pretty big advantage. Charlie Point is really exposed, not a whole lot of points to be able to take it. So I mean, when one team is winning, they'll usually have Charlie. I mean, that's how it goes. Or one team winning on vehicles, they'll hold Charlie because Charlie's really easily held. I'd say a pretty common hold to see out of China is Echo Delta Alpha. Alpha is harder to hold than Echo is, but if you're losing that vehicle game, you can usually have your tank play it pretty safe from this position here, watching Delta and Echo while your infantry goes and plays Alpha. It's not always the case, but you know, it's something common we can talk about. The attack helis really decide quite a bit. If one team is winning the attack heli game consistently, it's gonna be that team's gonna be winning. So, yeah, I was pretty sure. I was pretty sure you could cap the flag from the roof up here. But yeah, that's my covering of the map. You know, as always, guys. You know, it's just my opinion. This is just my opinion. I've watched, you know, the past 9 months of scrims and matches happen in CCS, and this is just what I've taken away from it, from watching these teams duke it out on these maps. Am I 100% right on these things? No, you know, I definitely get things wrong, but in general, it's a pretty good breakdown of the map. Wait for these guys to load on in. 277 tickets though for Aces. If we're being honest about it, I don't see ET winning the ticket point. They can still win the map. I know ET's armor and vehicle play, it's pretty solid. Ace's vehicle play is pretty solid too. But I don't see them winning the ticket point because I'm pretty sure these teams are going to be pretty evenly matched on Dawnbreaker this time around. I don't see ET winning by 277 tickets over both maps, or both rounds. Something that's more likely to happen is ET's going to win closer to 100 tickets both rounds. If ET wins, ET will win by 100 tickets both rounds, and then that, you know, that's 200 tickets. It's still less than 277. So that's my honest breakdown. That being said, there's a very real possibility that they can still come out and win the overall ticket point too. It's not impossible. I've seen teams come back from worse. I don't have any more to talk about. I think that's just about covers it as we're waiting for these guys to get back all in. Yes, you can capture Echo from the top of this roof. You can capture it from right here. There's lots of sneaky places you can actually hide. We've seen someone actually hide like right around here before. We've seen people hide in these towers. We've seen people hide behind these boxes. We've seen people hide in every one of these positions. So I mean, there's so many places you can hide on Echo, and that's why I say Echo is a really nice US side advantage, because there's so many places you can hide that aren't on burn that you can get right on burn immediately, and that lets you take that flag. Whereas if we look over at Echo, it's really exposed to vehicles. You can get inside there, but then you can get locked down by vehicles inside there too. It can be really tough. It can be really tough. We'll see how these teams do. 277 tickets is a lot of tickets, man. And it looks like Ace is going to start on the US side the first round of this map. All right, we are going to be going live into the second map of these playoffs of Aces Esports facing off against Experimental Thunder. We're going to follow the blue side attack Kelly because, yeah. It's going to be, I don't know how to say that guy's name. Nathan Ho and Anna Rina facing off against probably, oh, not Zian Maza. Facing off against Waves and Lazaro. Let's go ahead and switch on over to Anna Rina and see if this person's able to land any TV missiles. I feel like I was told that this is a female player, but I don't know for sure, so I'm not going to say that. I try to use correct pronouns, but the only female player that I know of for sure is Skittles. Oh my god! And Anna Rina connects with a... The attack heli, they just shot out both the gunner and the pilot of the attack heli. Did it blow up? Did the attack heli blow up when it landed? It did blow up. Okay, so it's not going to get stolen or anything, but a really incredible shot landed by Anna Rina there, and really well done. As Frosted takes down Skittles. Skittles being the only female player that I know for sure is a female player. Not that it matters, I try to use the correct pronouns, like, you know, I try to, you know, say the correct names when I say these people's names, but I don't always know these things for sure. Anyways... Oh, okay, I thought we were going to see a C4 quad. And this is Aces Esports holding onto that 3 flag burn right at the start. 30 tickets on up. We see Zian Maza trying to go for a back cap here. Bacon getting onto the alpha flag, but this is basically what I was saying before, where you're just really exposed on this flag. He's going to have a really hard time taking that flag. We see Delta flag getting burned by Ace. Let's see if they're going to get cleared out by the Waves combo. He does get taken down. Switch on over to it's Chris 44. He gets killed also, and that's going to be Aces Esports taking Delta flag, and they're playing off of this Echo flag at the same time. It's exactly what I was talking about. There's three, count them, 3, 1, 2, 3 infantry players out of ET coming over here to clear these guys on out. Waves up in the attack heli. Let's switch on over to Lazaro and see if these guys are going to be able to win their attack heli game. Looks like they're both going to fall back. Lazaro going for it. Oh, not quite able to land it. Really, really close there. Would have liked to have seen it connect. This is really important. If ET is able to win this attack heli fight, that could put them in a really good position to get back into this match. They're down 90 tickets. 90 tickets is not looking too good for them, and they are on the Charlie point. Oh, they got cleared off Charlie there. We do have Wolverine over here in position for a possible rotation onto Alpha, but Lucas comes on back and says, "Hi guys, how's it going?" He starts clearing them on out. That's not going to happen for you. Oh man. That was just an incredible shot right at the start there by Anna Reina. 7-0 right now, just doing quite a bit of work in that attack heli. And this is exactly what I was talking about before. Their attack heli is in position to just keep watch over onto the Bravo and Alpha flags. Really nice. Really just a great spot, really powerful position. The US side just has the advantage on this map. We do see ET took Bravo there for a little bit, wasn't able to hold on to it, and we see Ace making use of that Echo flag advantage. They're gonna have a, ET's gonna have a hard time clearing them on out. Not too sure what their play is gonna be. Switch on over to Lazaro, see if he's gonna be able to connect any of these TV missiles. They're looking around. They're flying really high right now. They're really exposed. He's going for the connect shot. Isn't quite able to connect it. Really was quite close though. If he had just stopped leading a little bit more, he would have connected with that. Would have been really excellent to see. Not quite making it though. Still duking it out. He's going to go for a tank shot instead. Does connect. Really well done. Switch on over to Anna Reina. See if this person's able to connect any of these TV missiles. There it goes. And pulls too high. Not able to connect. ET struggling to hold on to Delta and Echo. This is exactly what I was talking about. We've got GH15 staying alive on the point. They are going to put another spawn on him, which is a little disconcerting. Waves, did they win? No. He's just going hard in the paint right now. Hard in the paint. Where is the name I am looking for? Is Lazaro. Thank you. Switch on over to this and see if he's going to be... They're pushing pretty hard right now. This might be a bit of a premature play. They're going for the connecting shots. Not able to connect. Oh! But Anna Reina is able to connect the shot. Really well done there. Once again, showing their dominance in the air. And this is exactly what I was talking about before. One team has their attack heli up, and it's going to spell doom for ET. Doom! Doom! And Wolverine doesn't get the kill, but it's Chris does take him down. It's going to be ET trying to make a Charlie play here, which is probably pretty premature, being that the attack heli is still up and they have all their armor up. That's going to be a really hard play to make. They get taken out. They get cleared on out. We've got Skittles trying to make a play still on Charlie. Not sure why they're trying to make a play on Charlie. Wow, that was some interesting lag jumping around there. But whatever. She gets taken down. We've got Waves over here. Last one alive. Taken down once again. We've got Rampage. Lived up to his name. Going on a rampage. Going hard in the paint. Looking for those kills. He just wants to get kills right now. They're probably going to take down this tank up ahead. Yep, or it's the AA, not the tank. It does get taken down. Nicely done. That puts them in a really powerful position with that AA down. That means that attack heli's just going to go to town, taking everybody on out. We've got Anna Reina 11-0 right now. Just farming. Not really having to think too much. Takes down Lazaro. He's going to take down that one too. Wonton explosion goes down. And Arena just being a dominating presence in the air with Nintendo in the pilot seat. Doing a great job staying alive. They are going to be facing off against Waves once again. Waves and the Lazaro. Let's go ahead and follow Waves. See if he's going to be able to land anything awesome. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Let's go ahead and keep our eyes on it. Neither of them connecting those TV missiles that they want to connect. These fights are, oh man, and Nintendo takes down Waves and Lazaro. Really well done. Once again, we see Ace making use of that Echo Flag advantage. This is going to be basically exactly what I thought was going to happen, where one team was just going to win by a significant amount of tickets, 273 tickets. Braces Esports going into the second half of this map. There's almost no way ET is going to have a chance of getting back into this. I think what I'm actually going to do right now, guys, is I'm going to switch on over to... One second. I would still like to go cover the COE versus Eternal match. I don't think they've started yet. We're going to go ahead and watch this one play it all the way on out, though. So, I just don't see any way... Okay, wait, I gotta fix the overlay. Sorry about that, guys. Let me fix it right now. Switch that on over to that. And, I don't have any of the tickets showing right now. I'm sorry. Switch over to Lazaro. We'll see if he connects anything while I try to fix the overlay. 160, no. Oh, is it 271? Round tickets? 271. Save. Map tickets was 277. Save. Bam and bam. That's not bad. I gotta do that better. I gotta figure that out. A more better method of being able to do it. We do have we do have ET holding on to 3 flags right now. Let's see how long they're gonna be able to hold this on to. Wolverine in position to kind of clear these guys on out. If anybody can Sorry about that, guys. I'm also trying to plan for the next next set of next match going on right now. It's going to be Eternal facing off against COE, which would be a pretty good one also. But I want to finish off these guys before I just switch over. Maybe I'll leave a little early if these guys hit that special ticket point. What did I say, 271? If ET hits 271, I'm going to try to go switch over to the other one right now. But it looks like Ace is going to burn these tickets off of ET pretty quickly here, pretty handedly. It does look like if we go look at the air, it looks like ET won the air fight though, which could be pretty good for them. Yeah, I mean, ET's doing a good job of holding on to 3 flags right now, but they don't have any players playing over the Alpha. They're going to be losing the Alpha. Echo, they're going to be losing Alpha right now, and that is the ticket threshold I was talking about. ET has dropped below 271, so they've lost this map point. They tried as hard as they might, but I gotta say overall, Ace just had a stronger air presence. I'm going to go ahead and try to switch over to